got to cut expenses, got to cut things.
Councilman Dipper.
We do have some stuff coming up this week. We're going to start the negotiation with the DPW this week. So hopefully we'll have some more news at the next meeting as we progress along. And also working on the interlocal with the courts, which I'll be working with John this week, addressing that.
You have a meeting on that, right?
Yes, this Thursday.
Good. Councilwoman King?
The only thing I have is tonight we're going to be putting forth the utility committee. Tom Warback and I are going to be putting forth an ordinance to hopefully complete the last stage of the water meter situation, which is the commercial buildings. And this has ended up not going to cost as much as we thought it was. We originally thought it was going to be 80-some thousand. And this bond ordinance is for $55,125, and that money is going to come out of the Utility Capital Improvement Fund, so it will not affect anything as far as any of the taxpayers are concerned at this time. And I'm certainly hoping that my fellow council people will vote this through so that we can finally get this last stage of this project done. That's all I have.
Councilman McCann? No, I just wanted to mention, Butch, since you're the head of public safety, I think somebody brought up, I think it was Sarah perhaps, about police promotions. Because they've gone a long time, I think, without any promotions, and we're really looking to get that done. Are you going to do that?
Well, I talked to you.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Councilman Warback.
Last meeting, I solicited input from the council members with respect to recreation ordinance. I have a new ordinance reflecting any input that I did receive, and I think it basically empowers people, but we can get to that later.
Okay.
All right?
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. May I have a motion, please, to open the first voice of the public for any business?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Would anyone like to speak? Don.
John Lewis, Prospect Avenue. I would like to reiterate, there's nobody here that wasn't here except the fire department, and they know there's an election. But I wanted to point out that there is a fire election on the 19th. And what I don't quite understand is about them coming here with a letter about solicitation. We've been down this road last year. I'm going to solicit too, and I'm not going to give you a letter. I'm just going to go out.
You can just do it, but they gave us a letter, so we mentioned it.
They're not getting a permit, John.
There is no permit.
Okay. I just, what is in my mind is that the town attorney that was in on this last year is gone. And everything was word of mouth. The ordinances that are on the books are deemed not to be legal, and word of mouth from the last attorney to the police chief, word of mouth. I don't know that it ever got back to Mr. Rooms or not. And if anybody is pulled up this time from handing out these flyers.
No, you're allowed to hand them out, John.
Okay, just wanted to point it out.
Right.
That's allowed.
Right.
Okay, and could I ask, will somebody take the old ordinances off the books? I mean, I've seen you.
We're working on codification now of the whole thing.
And I saw them come on and go off last year, like, you know, pretty simple. And it's been 1 year and they're still on, and there are 2 of them that I know that cover those petitions, and both of them were deemed to be not legal. So if you take a look at them, please, and get them off, thanks.
We will. Thank you, John. Would anyone else like to speak? Jim?
Jim Merriman, 744 Wall Road. I again state, as I did last year, Mr. Lewis has every right to petition this town. I would like to see, though, that his group of people, which most of the time are young adolescents, have an adult with them. I made this point last year, and I'm making it again. If it is important enough that the Spring Lake Heights Police Department put a flyer in the community center stating what to look for a sexual predator, then we should protect our children by stating any group should be supervised by an adult. If you have some young child, even in the 8th grade, walking around, and all of a sudden, where's Joey? I don't know. I wouldn't want that to happen to my child, and I don't think you guys want it to happen to anybody else either.
Hey, Jim.
So that's what
really
I'm
not
asking.
fair. That's really not fair.
Well,
It's
that's,
not a fair commentary to Mr. Lewis.
it is, it is,
It's not a fair commentary to Mr. Lewis to somehow associate Mr. Lewis's efforts on a public question with child abuse.
oh,
or sexual
no, you
predators.
misunderstood what I said.
I-
What I said was that I want the groups supervised so that a child does not get in danger.
I don't.
That
Okay,
is what I stated. It had nothing to do with accusing Mr. Lewis of anything.
And I understood that, but what I'm saying is.
And I'm telling you that I just feel that these children should be protected. When we do, John, when we did Boy Scouts and the paper drives in Lincroft, was there always an adult with the groups?
Jim, I'm
Yes.
still doing Boy Scouts.
I know.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
John, thank you. And would anyone else like to speak?
Arthur Martone, 719 Park Avenue. I noticed here that you're having a British Car Day. That's sponsored by the rec, whatever you have.
I'm sorry, having what, Mr. Martin?
First annual, 10th annual Father's Day British Car Display. That's sponsored by the rec.
Yes, it is
Whatever we have.
usually sponsored by the rec, but we don't have a rec commission at the moment. We're waiting to get an ordinance tonight, and that's why I brought it to council.
Okay. Are monies involved in this?
Pardon?
Are monies involved in this? Are
No.
fees going to be charged or anything like that?
There's no money charged. I go every year.
It's free.
It's free. The people with cars just bring their cars to show them, and just people come and walk around and look at them. There's no money involved at all.
My concern was the CFO of the town aware of it, and that they're not,
Yeah.
no money involved. Thank you.
There's no money. Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? Casey?